say the moon. Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas?
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone. What was once the furthest outpost of the old frontier of the West will be the furthest outpost on the new frontier of science and space. Houston, your city of Houston, with its manned spacecraft center, will become the heart of a large scientific and engineering community. But if I were to say, my fellow citizens, that we shall send to the moon 240,000 miles away from the control station in Houston, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall, the length of this football field, made of new metal alloys, some of which have not yet been invented, capable of standing heat and stretching, several times more than a 7 grams, fitted together with a precision better than the finest watch, carrying all the different needed from the coast, guidance, control, communication, food, and survival, on an untried vehicle, with unknown celestial bodies, and then return information to Earth, re-entering the atmosphere at 55,000 miles per hour, causing heat about half that of the temperature of the sun, almost as hot as it is here today, and do all this, and do all this, and do it right, and do it first, before this decade is out, then we must be bold.
We must be bold. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning to Purple Valkyrie. Good morning, Purple.
Good morning.
Good morning to Dave Bob. The rooster is in the hen house. Good morning, Dave Bob.
Good morning. You people don't realize you almost missed that good intro.
And Rambling Canuck, the Rambling Canadian. How are you doing this morning, brother?
Not too bad. Not too bad. There's no snow yet, so we're still good.
Good. Good. You guys just thought out. I thought you guys just thought out.
No. We're in October now.
Christmas time
by
again.
October 30th, it'll be snow.
How long does the snow stick around for?
March.
Oh.
That's why all Canadian children are born in June, because the snow starts in October.
Yes.
Like, get your ass over here. Keep me warm. Oh yeah, they're gonna strike me down for that. Strike you down with great vengeance and furious anger. YouTube's like, you motherfucker. Good morning, everyone.
That's Canada. They don't care.
Oh shit. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Trinoculus P, DJ, Ronnie G, Mark the Infinitely Tired, and Chris Persia. The Bash Brother Wrenches are here this morning. Leia Rose, good morning, Leia Rose. Sit Room, hail Sit Room, good morning. Good morning to the Lady Arwen Avalon. Good morning, Arwen. Pat S., how are you doing, brother? Good morning, Pat S. Sit Room, there's no video. I keep getting errors. I'm so sorry, brother. I don't know what the hell is going on. Andrew, 46 and 2. Good morning, Andrew. How are you doing? Mexican Iron Man. This is one of the best intros this channel has ever released. Thank you. Thank you. John F. Kennedy. What a fucking guy. Snortopoovis Cuber. Good morning, Snortopoovis Cuber. It was a privilege getting to make that intro. I really like doing shit like that. And I love Kennedy's speeches, by God. I really do. If I missed you, did I miss anybody? I don't know if I missed Darkside Doug. Good morning, Darkside Doug. How are you doing this morning? I don't see Archer Colin. Good morning. Good morning, Archer Colin. Gun Bunny. How you doing, Gun Bunny? I don't see Psychodorf 9, but maybe he will. Maybe he is on his way. I don't know. But if you're out there, Psychodorf 9, good morning, brother. Psychodorf 9!
There we
How
go.
you doing? And a day
And of
got
course,
wild.
Mary's game room is in the chat.
She is. I didn't see her. I'm sorry. Mary, good morning, Mary. How are you doing this morning? I didn't see her. There she is. Okay. Mary, good morning, Mary. I'm sorry I missed you. Luis, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, what a day yesterday, and what a night watching these two episodes. What a bunch of wacky ass episodes.
Yes.
I always liked
Trippy.
Who Monitors the Birds, even though it was a trippy, weird ass episode. Purple, do you wanna lead us into this episode of Who Monitor? What is Who Monitors the Birds? What is it about, and what takes place?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Hawks's backstory. This is I think we're on episode 12 now, and we're finally getting, the story behind him. Why he is the way he is, and you get a lot more information about him, and you kind of understand why he messes up a lot. Because in reality, even though he's a grown man, he's only 6 years old because he's an in vitro.
Mm-hmm.
So this story, he's a sharpshooter, as we've seen. He's very, very talented, and he gets headhunted. He's offered this covert assassination mission, and if he does it, and if it's successful, he gets an honourable discharge from the 58th. So that's the kind of build up to this episode, and he accepts and goes on this mission. And the entire mission is the entire episode is them on this planet. He quickly loses the guy that he goes with. His team member is killed, and he's all alone playing cat and mouse with the chicks, trying to survive until he can be evacuated.
And zombie dancing.
Yes, it's a really weird, trippy episode. There's a lot of kind of things that go on in his mind. There's a lot of backstory, flashbacks to how he was in the in vitro education center, and there's very little dialogue in this episode.
Yeah, the daggum in vitro place, man. That place was like a horror show, just indoctrination, like 1984. From the time they're little kids, and he shows a little bit of initiative. And what do they want to do? They want to off him immediately.
Yes, because he's asking too many questions, and obviously they take that as him being defective, because they don't want the in vitros to be like that. They just want them to follow orders.
Yep.
This is how, and this is one of the things. That's one of the things that I was like, "What the hell are y'all doing?" Because they teach them how to kill. They teach them how to kill. They're like, okay, this is the quickest way to kill human beings. This is how you do it with one hand. This is how you do it with your hand tied behind your back. And they're going to try and off him because he's wrong. And they're going to try and do it like in a slick way. No, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
No, yeah, they should have like armed guards and him in handcuffs. Not some wimpy little doctor with a little stabby scalpel.
Yes, and it kind of really gives some backstory to the in vitros, just how they're born. So they just get kind of dumped out of this test tube and have the umbilical cord on the back of their necks cut, and they're just expected to follow orders, and they have these, as Loki was saying, lessons just drilled into them.
Yeah, it's like from 1984. You know, the first thing out of the box is you were especially made to fight the United States' enemies, the silicates, the rebels,
Terrorists.
yeah, went on and on and on, and then America loves you. You must love America back. You know, this 1984 indoctrination. All of them sitting around watching a big screen.
And Dean Krantz brings up a very interesting point. The Marine that recruits Hawk for the mission is retired Marine Captain Dale Dye. He is also in Under Siege. He was in Band of Brothers. We were just talking about that. Pat S. is going to be running behind the scenes a very cool Band of Brothers series for the anniversary coming out this month, in the month of October. We're going to be a part of that. We're going to kick things off with the first episode here on Loki's Mornings of Mischief. But yes, he's in that as well.
And then
Absolutely
the secondary
wonderful
show will
guy.
be on History with R&R on Tuesday.
And thank
Nice.
you, Dean Krantz, for that $5 super chat. You guys rock. Thank you so very much, sir. Skull.
Go.
Oh,
TV guides were just another part of the system. If you're not one of us, you're still a part of that system. God, TV guides. I haven't seen a TV guide in forever.
Oh. Remember when it used to mean something if you got the cover shot?
Oh, remember when it's like TV guide anniversary, the 25th anniversary of Star Trek, you know? It was like you had to have that fucking TV guide.
You know, Reader's Digest and TV Guide. Jeez. And then for the gamers, Nintendo Power.
if you listen to the radio, it was Paul Harvey.
But this episode's there's very, as far as like when they're on the mission, no talking. There's no talking. It's a silent episode. The only time there's talking is when they go back in time and look at how Hawks was born and how Hawks escaped from the in vitro center that he was a part of. Oh shit, we lost Dave Bob. He'll be back.
Dave Bob's down.
Well, I might
Years
be
are
down.
messing with the system again.
Horrible weather here. I'm having horrible weather here at the moment. So I'm surprised I'm still here. Shit.
And we're getting some storms rolling in too.
Yeah, this was a really interesting episode, I find. I had to watch it twice to kind of get the full impact of it, because I watched it the first time and I was just perplexed as to where they were going with this, because it was very, very odd. As you say, it's an almost silent episode other than the flashbacks. But one of the things that does shine in this episode that I thought was actually the music, because it has to work a lot harder to convey what's going on. And I didn't realise that this series was composed by Shirley Walker, the same lady who did Batman animated series.
Yes, absolutely.
And that was a really cool kind of treat. I didn't realise until I looked at the credits to find out who scored this episode.
You can hear it too. You can hear it in the da-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, and you start putting two and two together, and you're like, "Holy crap!" I actually watched Batman the animated series after this, and I'm like, "Oh man, you can hear it. You can always hear it. It's so alike." But you're thinking sci-fi TV show versus morning animated Batman hour.
Mm-hmm. But the weirdest part of this episode has got to be the the apparition of Vanson that he kind of conjures from his mind.
Yeah.
Not quite sure where they were going with that, but I thought it was pretty funny.
It was definitely creepy. I remember the first time I saw it, I just called her Creepy Vanson.
She's death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And death is sexy.
Yes.
Till you get close.
Till you get close. That's right. Death is sexy until you get close, and I think that was the kind of the point here was you can go to sleep and you can tire out and you can give up, but and when death gets close, it's not sexy. It's scary as fuck.
Mhm.
They also have an interaction between him and one of the chigs that was kind of interesting, where they kind of both of them had the ability maybe to kill the other one, but they just traded little souvenirs and went on their way.
Yeah.
And he
so-
eventually kills that chick.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Purple?
Oh, I was just saying I really like that scene, and then that scene where they kill it, where he has to take him out after it happened. I was like, oh, damn!
Here's your dog tag back.
You should dog tag back. Yeah.
Archer Collin, I wasn't sure if that was Vanson. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's conjured from, obviously, because he has an attraction to Vanson, and as you guys were saying, death is alluring, but at the same time, this apparition is actually trying to keep him alive, because every time he kind of slips into sleep, and the cheeks are getting closer, he's kind of jolted awake by this apparition, and eventually she says, "See you next time."
That's right.
In a very, very, very manly voice.
Well,
Another thing, when he was leaving for his secret mission, the only place he stopped and kind of looked longingly, it was at Vanson. When he left, there's something. He really likes her. I mean,
Oh yeah. Well, I think it was Purple who said something about I wish he was a main character. Well, he kind of is. There are three main characters in this show. There's West, there's Vanson, and there's Hawks. And if you notice in the show, that's how the show starts. You get West, you get Vanson, you get Hawks. Then you get a battle scene. Then you get Vampoose, Wang, and McQueen. And then you get the Commodore after that. The main three players in the A story are Wes, Vanson, and Hawks, and that's the way they do the order of the first episode too. Those are the first three people you see who get a backstory. You don't meet Vampoose or Wang or McQueen until they are in training. When they're on that bus, that's when you meet Vampoose. That's when you meet Wang. When they get off that bus, you get a glimpse of McQueen. But all of them come later. The only three characters you really get a backstory for are Wes, Vanson, and Hawks. That's it. Those are the three main players on the show. And Dean Krantz, at the time when this show came out, I was young Marine NCO when we tore up all the inconsistencies in the story. As I've mellowed over time, I like the show more. I agree with that. I was not sold until we get to next week. When we get to next week, that's when I was sold on this series, and it'll go down in history for me as the series that got away. It was the series that got away.
there are inconsistencies, but they're going to be anytime you try to tell a story about anything in the military, you're going to have inconsistencies because you got to have a good story, but it doesn't always follow along what really the military is like.
Absolutely. So if you guys had to give this episode a score, what would you give it and why? We're going to start with Purple, and we'll go Purple, Bob, Dave Bob, and Canuck. So Purple.
First time I watched the episode, I would have given it a 6. Having watched it a second time, I bumped it up to an 8 because I appreciated it a lot more. Seeing what they were trying to do with it, I thought it was a very interesting way to do it. I really liked the flashbacks. I love that we've now got more of a backstory to Hawks, even though it's episode 12, but at least we got it. So we kind of find out a lot more as to him. We find out what motivates him, and if I remember correctly, there's even a line that he talks about when he talks about somebody he killed, and he actually lied about who it was he killed, but the person he killed obviously was the doctor to escape this in vitro camp. And I think he mentions that in episode 4.
Yeah. Have you ever killed a human being?
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I thought that was a really nice kind of throwback. And I really liked the interactions that he had on the planet. I thought the whole death analogy with Vanson was pretty cool. I thought it was kind of funny. It did make me laugh that of all the people, it was her that he conjured up in his mind. So that was kind of cool. And I really thought that the scene where he and the chick have this kind of understanding and they realize that they don't have to fight, that they can part ways, only to have to come to, you know, blows again later on in the episode, and he has to take out this chick that he had this kind of truce with. So yeah, I would give it an 8. I really, really like this episode.
Dave Bob.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I enjoyed the episode. I've seen it many times. Honestly, I loved his backstory, that part of it. That's why I'm giving it a 6.5. But as far as the premise of the story, him wanting to leave the 58th just doesn't jive. I mean, he's found a place. He loves those guys, and those are his brothers. And I just do not see him wanting to get a discharge. That's just not the way I see him.
Okay. Rambling Canuck.
All right, so this is the first time for me. I'm going to have to go with abstain, and the reason I have to go abstain from giving a rating is I'm going to be truthful and honest. I can't give a rating to something that I couldn't give my full attention to, and unfortunately, while I was watching this episode, my pain hit in, and I couldn't stay conscious, so I was in and out of it for most of the episode. So I can't give a proper verdict on it. So instead of insulting the show, I'm just going to go on. I'll abstain for this episode.
Okay. All right. You both, Dave Bob, you and Purple mentioned that fight with the chick where he doesn't fight him. There's a scene before that where Cooper is looking at this pterodactyl looking bird, and he goes back and has this memory of watching a hawk. And it's funny because he's Hawks, but he has this memory of watching this hawk, and then he sees a chig, and he's going to shoot the chig, and then he sees the chig look up, and he's watching this pterodactyl thing like Hawks was earlier, and he doesn't kill him. He lets him go. That is the same chig that he ends up almost fighting later, that he lets go, and then that he ends up actually fighting. So there's two opportunities where Hawks could have killed this chig that he didn't, and then third time's the charm. That's one of the things that always was like, why? I was like, why did he do that? Now I'm a little older and a little longer in the tooth. I can kind of understand why he did that. This was someone he was like, oh wow, he noticed that bird too. And like Purple said earlier, Hawks is only 6 years old. 6 years old. Imagine being born 18. Imagine what that's like, being born at 18. I can't imagine what that's like. I can't imagine what not having those experiences, those childhood experiences, would do to me. And just being born 18. The reason why he has those visions of Vanson, obviously, is because death is sexy until you get up close. And then it's rotten and it's wrong. And he has to see that, and he has to accept that. I'm going to give this episode a 7. I think it's a good episode. I definitely appreciate it more than I used to. I used to think it was cool because, snipers. It's a sniper fight. Oh, he's doing the sniper thing. But it still wasn't, a great episode. It's who monitors the birds. I mean, even the name's like, what the hell, guys? couldn't have come up with like sniper battle to the death on Chiggy World or something. No, who monitors the birds? Who monitors the birds? Monitor. I monitor the birds.
Do you,
Who
sorry,
monitors you?
do you think that's a play on the whole idea of who watches the watchers?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Who watches the watchers? Yes,
Mhm.
because that's what they are.
Yeah, and he even asks the monitor, who monitors the monitors.
Who monitors the monitors?
Hmm.
And that's when they look at each other and like, yes, dispose of this one.
It's effective.
Yeah,
His original thought. We can't have that.
Wait, asking questions is wrong? Oh, wait. They must have known what 2021 was going to be.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Oops. Did I say that?
Oh. Holy shit. So I'm going to share something with you guys real quick. We're not going to go too far off topic, but I want to share something with you guys. We are going to have a new tier of membership starting this month, but I don't want to take anything away from those of you that have been top tier members this whole time. So we are going to do an unboxing video of this Transformer, and we're going to do that on Saturday. Now, all the members of the membership, anyone that's a member, is going to get a chance to see the unboxing for this. This is going to be a members only event, and top tier members on YouTube have a chance to win this. I will do the drawing Monday. We're going to do the drawing for this Monday, and we'll send this out to a lucky winner that wins on Monday. You have to have you have to have someplace for us to send this, obviously, but you're going to have to sign for it. And it's going to be one of the things. So if you don't want to sign for it, let me know. If you're the winner, let me know up front. Hey, I don't want to sign for shit, and we'll pick somebody else. But everyone in the top tier of the membership here on YouTube will get a chance to win this cool little Transformers guy, this tape deck. We're starting out with Transformers because I just went and saw the 35th anniversary of Transformers. With the new tier, you're going to be able to pick what we give away. So I will throw out, a poll, and you guys will be able to pick what we do the giveaway. There will always be something really cool like this. It's never going to be anything cheap. No, that is not Soundwave. That is Blaster. Run, Blaster! Save yourself! No way, two can play. Sick 'em. So Sound Blaster here it's just like the G1. It's a remake of the G1.
That is cool.
We've got all kinds of stuff. We're gonna do one each month. So if after this month, anybody in the top tiers, by the time we get done with this stream, I'm gonna write down everybody's name, and anyone at the top tier will be eligible for the drawing on Monday. After that, it's going to be Loki's Frost Giants only. They're going to be the only ones who can win it. Everybody that is a member can see the unboxing, but the Frost Giants are going to be the only ones that'll be in the drawing after this month. I don't want to. Everybody that's been a top tier member, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. We've gone just over a year with the system we have, and I absolutely love it. I just wanted to give something away. I want to give some stuff away. I want to give some cool stuff. I want to do the unboxing videos, and this seemed like a cool way to do that. So when we get back Monday, we're going to do that drawing. I appreciate all of you. I will have to have some kind of address to send this to you, and have to have a signature on it. That way I can make sure you guys get it. Because there has been some stuff in the past I have sent out that people have not gotten. Robert Pearson is such a wonderful guy. He sent me 2 pulse pistols from Farscape. I got mine. I sent the other one out, and it never got there. I don't know if the guy, he said he didn't get it. And I completely 100% believe that he didn't get it. It just sucks that I should have done signature only, and I should have done insurance on it. That way, at least he could have got something more than just it showed it got there. So it showed it got delivered. So it didn't get delivered to him. So I want to make sure it gets delivered, and I want to make sure it gets delivered to the right person. I want to make sure all that goes right. So you have to have an address and you have to sign for it. Anyway.
Post office sucks. I've had stuff that
Mhm.
said delivered and it was not delivered to my house.
Yeah, this will all be going out FedEx. I do not trust the local post office. So this will all be going out FedEx to wherever you guys are at. This will all be going out FedEx. All right, so our next episode is another weird, the level of necessity. Level of necessity. Does anybody want to start us off on what level of necessity is about?
Well, I'll just
They
say,
wanted to find out if they were psychotic. I mean, psychic.
yeah, I'll just say that it was another weird episode. Starts off with they're on the planet. What was that? Demetrius or something? I can't remember.
Demetrius, yeah.
Yeah.
The planet, and it's just crawling with chigs, but it's almost like, it's a callback to Vietnam, with the tunnel rats, where the planet is just nothing but tunnels. And they have a group of Marines that are advancing through these tunnels looking. At the time, I'm not real sure what their main objective was when it first started. Now, afterwards, you find out what it is, but they're crawling through these tunnels and they're trying to locate something in those tunnels. And the scene starts off with Hawks getting buried, and they have to pull him out because one of the tunnels just collapsed on him. And they said, "We got 30 seconds," and they finally rip him out. And they take another way, and they end up having countersign with another group of Marines. I think they were what were they? The 46th?
Yeah, 46, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the 46. There's another group of them, and there's a captain leading this group. And as they're about to go into a hole to try to meet their objective, Vampoose sees a purple light surrounding all of the group that is about to go in that hole, and she just freezes, and stops, and she wouldn't go in, and she, keeps the 58th from going in there. And the 46th, they go ahead and go into the hole, and as they're going down, there's one of the 46th that's left with the 58th. He's just about to drop into the hole when a chig drops a grenade in there, and I mean just totally annihilates the whole group that went in. And Vampoose was, freaking out because, she saw all those lights, and she's the one that stopped them from doing it. And Loki brings up a point that there was a similar incident in World War II where a soldier had that same premonition with the lights, and I think his whole group and him to boot got killed.
Yeah, I think there was only like 2 or 3 people that made it out, and they were in a different group, but they're the ones that were like, no, he said you guys have these lights around you. What's up with these lights? What's going on? And yeah, they all ended up dying, including the guy that saw the lights. And it brings up a point. Before that, Larry with $2 super chat. Hell Valhalla. I just got off work, 9+ hours. Brother, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm glad you're off work. Kick back, relax. Have a cold one, whatever drink you enjoy, Coca-Cola, beer, whatever. Just sit back, chill out, and heck yeah, I love getting off work. Did they cause it? Did she cause it to happen? By her reaction, did she cause this to happen? There's an old saying that I have held dear for a long time. If you believe something bad is going to happen, you can often make that something bad happen because you believe that it's going to happen. If you believe you're going to go out and you're going to die in a car wreck, you can actually find a way to make it happen because you're
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Ain't that a bitch?
And that other lieutenant that girl lieutenant that was with him, she actually brought up a point where, you know, a guy had a bad feeling that he wasn't going to make it back from a mission. So he decided he was going to just take a sick day and go get a haircut. And when he was at the haircut, getting his haircut, a trainee pilot crashes his fighter jet into the barber shop
and kills the guy. So either it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, or it's a Final Destination, like where you're fucked no matter what you do.
Bad juju.
Yeah. If it's your time, then it's your time. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
they bring in that colonel who is, I guess he's a head of PSYOPs after after Vampoose, after action report, the colonel, there was nothing else he could put in there. You know what had happened, so he just put, what was it, something, I can't remember what the actual phrasing was. Some kind of I don't know. I can't remember what the phrasing was that he put in the report, which immediately the PSYOPs guy jumped on.
Anomalous intuition.
Yeah, anomalous intuition.
And Sir Percelot, they showed them out of order here too, because we are watching them in the order they aired, not the order that the DVDs tell you to watch them in. We are watching them in the actual air date order, not the actual order they were filmed in.
Yeah.
So we're actually watching them out of order, like you had to watch them out of order, which is weird, but yeah.
So Larry had said that he works vampire hours. So
yes,
if you don't mind, I'm going to put in some useless information for everyone because I'm kind of the history nut. Vampire hours, aka the graveyard shift. The graveyard shift was called the graveyard shift because way back when, there was people that actually worked the graveyard at night. And what it would be is when you buried your loved one, you would have a bell going down to their casket. And the people working the graveyard shift would walk the cemetery waiting for somebody to ring their bell because they might have buried somebody alive. Hence the graveyard shift. Anyway, moving on.
Graveyard shift is not great, but it was better than what I did for 25 years, which was a swing shift going from days to nights.
Oh yeah, forget that. Absolutely forget that. Psychodorm 9 with $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I gotta say it right. I'm sorry. Psychodorm 9! $5 super chat. That happened with a B-52 crash. Only on the ground casualty was off flight. Rambling, bringing the facts. Arwen Avalon, absolutely. And thank you so much. Thank you, Psychodorf 9, Dean Krantz, Larry, for your super chats. You guys keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright. Skål!
Oh!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
That's a dollar bill. Thank you so
Still
very
the
much,
best.
Oh shit. I always found this episode really weird, and you know what happens with Vampoose, what Vampoose has to go through, this Psy guy. And how they talk about the Psy Corps, like, yeah, that one guy that led that whole platoon into that canyon, and then they all got obliterated because they knew they were coming. Yet he's like, I had a vision that if we went through the canyon, everything would be fine.
Needs to get his third eye checked.
That's right. And then what happens with Vampoose at the end, and the Psy guy actually getting shot because he stuck his head out of the hole. She would have gotten killed. And basically what he did was he stepped in front of that bullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this comes back to the whole idea, was she actually ever seeing what was happening, or was it just a case of, precognition, or is it, when it's your time to die, it's your time to die, and there is nothing that you can do about it?
Right. But, even Colonel McQueen said something along those lines. We don't know.
I can barely hear you, Dave Bob.
I said even Colonel McQueen made the observation that they didn't know exactly what happened, and if they did, there was nothing. If there was anything they could do about it.
Yes.
Yeah, and at the same time, the group is getting very frustrated with her, because the one thing that they do not want as Marines is doubt. When she's
Yes.
so doubt in people's minds, that's when things start to go wrong. And I think it was Shane that kind of takes her to one side and tells her, you've got to get a grip on this. You're freaking people out.
And that's the last thing you need on a mission like that, is getting freaked out.
Yeah.
No juju. You don't need the juju. It's like when a baseball player doesn't wash his socks for 20 games and he thinks, well, this is what is keeping us winning. Oh my God, you washed your socks and then they lose.
Yeah.
Was it because he washed his socks, or did the socks actually have something to do with them winning?
No.
You don't know.
You just fucked up that game.
and you've screwed up the juju with the whole team. You got the whole team freaking out and antsy because they think, well, he washed the socks, we're all going to lose now. Come on, guys, we can't lose. But now they're all thinking they're going to lose, and they find ways to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Again, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing you can't have is doubt. You got to, you've got a mission objective, and you've got to just power through it. You can't doubt anything. And she was doubting everything through that tunnel. She was stopping them, every little thing. And finally, like Purple said, Vance just pulled her aside and said, "Look, we can't have this crap, We're
Yeah,
gonna
because
die.
your worst enemy in any situation in life is yourself."
Yes. And it wasn't even that she had confidence in her own abilities. One, she didn't want these abilities, and two, she didn't know what to do with them once she got them.
Mhm.
So instead of even kind of putting a lid on it or being subtle about it, she just freaked people out.
Yeah, she just freaked people out. That was what she did, and there wasn't anything they could do to stop it until it stopped. And I remember my dad telling me that this is all based on something that actually happened. I was like, "What do you mean? Someone actually?" He goes, "No, someone saw the lights." He said, "I remember hearing that when he was in the military, and that's why when I rewatched this again, I looked this up again, and I was like, God, was that true? Did this something happen?" And yeah, it happened on a B-52. This guy saw the lights of the people that were going to die, and it was just one of those things. It actually happened. Now, did they make it happen? Was it a self-fulfilling prophecy, or was that person so hyped up, adrenaline going, that they just felt what was going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was, well, even if you go non-military, I mean, you look at the Titanic, there were people that just went, "Yeah, I'm not taking that boat ride. Something bad's going to happen on a boat ride." And then they don't take the boat ride, the ship sinks, and they go, "Well, okay, that was fun."
Right.
Yeah, I think
stories like that. Yeah.
I think we all had that same gunny, Dean. There is no such thing as too much firepower.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. There is no such thing as too much firepower. So, with the psyops and all that, what we're gonna go backwards this time. We're gonna start Rambling Canuck, and we'll make our way to Purple Valkyrie. What did you think about this episode? Give us a rating and why you feel that way.
All right, so I'm going to go with 6. The episode wasn't terrible, but it wasn't, off the charts either. Some of the storyline was kind of but all in all, I think they did okay. It just was a little hokey for the most part, for my liking. But it was still decent. It was watchable, so I'll go 6.
Okay.
I'll also go with the 6. It was watchable. It wasn't a terrible episode, like he said. However, I don't believe in that stuff. It's just kind of one of those things where I just kind of roll my eyes as far as the actual premise of the story, but it had good interactions. I'll give it that.
All right. Purple Valkyrie.
I would go with a 6 or so. I liked the idea, but I don't think the execution was very good. Again, this is them trying to draw parallels with what's happened in World War II, and I don't think they quite hit the mark. And I don't know whether Vampoose was the best lead for this episode, but I think she's the only one that they could have used, because all of the other characters have had kind of like a main episode where it's just been them as the lead for this plot. But it just seems kind of weird to give her magical powers just to, spur on a particular plot for an episode and have a guest star who I really like Richard Kind. I think he's a good actor. But for the whole episode, I was thinking, where have I seen him before? But he always plays this same sort of kind of bureaucratic character in a lot of things that he's in. And it seems just a waste of a character because he dies at the end anyway.
He does.
Yeah.
He absolutely does. One of the things I immediately thought of when I saw this was, these are the guys from the X-Files making an X-Files episode in Space Above and Beyond.
Spooky.
Yeah, spooky. This is one of those spooky Mulder episodes where they go in to investigate, is this really happening or not? And they give it to you right at the beginning when she sees something, but you're seeing it from her perspective. So is she really seeing this? Did they inhale some kind of weird gas while they were down there? Was it something in the air? Was it something she was picking up? Was it something her eyes were adjusted to and they just looked like they were glowing for some reason? You don't know. And it's up to the viewer to decide. I believe she was either seeing what was going to happen, or I think she's huffing pixie dust. That's totally up to you to decide. And it was very X-Files like. And this is from the people who were making X-Files. And DJ Ronnie G makes a really good point. The previous episode was much more memorable. I agree, because I always remember who monitors the birds. It takes me a minute to remember this episode. I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember. Why is Vampoose seeing purple? Purple rain running in my brain. Down now. I'm just like, wow, okay, what the hell's going on? Oh, I remember this. This is the PsyOps episode. Okay. When I immediately know where we're going with who monitors the birds.
The name conjures the whole episode.
So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. I think it was it's an okay episode. I really liked when she was talking about soaring above the buildings and all that, and he's like looking at the bird, the eagle flying, bald eagle, majestic flying, blah blah blah, and he's like, oh my God, she can see it. I always say, no, you're just putting 2 and 2 together there, guy.
Yeah.
Yes, and I always wondered whether that was part of his influence as well, because at the end of the episode, he sees what she sees.
Yes.
So is it him willing her to see it, or was she really seeing it? It's a really odd episode.
Also, when he was testing her, other than that one thing with the eagle, that was it. She didn't do nothing after that.
Yep. Perhaps she picked something up and it was her subconscious trying to grab her attention. It's very possible. He made that happen. That's my opinion. He made all of that happen. And Vampoose it's just what happened. Now you can believe that she had psi powers. No one, at no other moment in this show does she have superpowers. So this is a one-off oh, look what weird thing happened during World War II. And they go back a couple of times because they go back to World War II with Operation Nayayi, which is the Wind Talkers. They go back a couple of times to World War II in this series and connect things with World War II and beyond. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Purple. Thank you, Dave Bob. Thank you, Rambling, for hanging out and talking about one of the earliest cut shows ever, along with Firefly, which we'll be doing Firefly next.
Nice.
Looking forward to that.
We are now at the halfway point. We have 12 episodes left, and coming up is one of my favorite two-parters of all time. It doesn't matter what show it is, and that is The Angriest Angel double episode, which you've got Never No More and The Angriest Angel. That's been the best two-parters in any show that I've ever seen. I absolutely love this two-parter coming up. I am psyched. I'm ready.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Hoorah!
We got two people here that are going to watch it for the first time. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They really enjoy it like we did.
Could I just ask before we go? You said that they were shown out of order. What is the best order to watch these episodes? Do we know?
I watch them like we've been watching them. I always have order that it's been aired. But if you buy the DVD set, there's episodes that are moved around. Okay. And we are just now in the second season. So a lot of what we're about to watch is the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But the first 12 were out of order. And then we passed that now. We're in 13 and we just watched 13 and 14. This is season 2.
Yeah, I think this was a pickup season. The first season was just a partial season, and the second season was the same way.
This show started right after a writer's strike.
Yeah.
So we only got half a season, the first season. The first season was only 12 episodes. So that's why we had just come off of a writer's strike, and this was a new show that only got a half at first season. And then they were halfway through the second when they were like, nope, done. Ugh. Gotta love Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love Fox. Those corporate decisions.
Yeah, if it isn't The Simpsons, it can go.
And part of it was running the first season out of order. They did the same thing with Firefly, and they killed Firefly.
Yeah,
they ran it during a football game. I can't remember what it was. Something with a football game, and they ran the episodes out of order, and people didn't understand what the hell was going on. So, guys, thank you again. Thank you for being here. Everyone out there watching these with us, following these with us every Friday. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching this show with us. Doing the retro reviews is crazy. It's kind of ballsy because not everybody wants to reminisce about an old series, but I'd much rather talk about this than talk about Discovery Season 4 or Picard Season 2 or fucking Lower Deck.
That's coming, buddy.
Not on my channel. On your channel, yes, but not on my fucking channel.
You're still going to have to watch it. I don't care.
I'm loving this because, as you said, I've not seen this before, so this is all new to me.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll have some more really good shows that went under the radar in the future. One of those being Firefly, but Firefly is a lot more well known now because of Serenity and the movie and the push to get it to make it mainstream instead of some B television show no one ever gave a shit about. So thank you guys so very much. Guys, we've got Purple Valkyrie coming up in a little over an hour.
Actually, we don't today, guys.
We don't.
We don't. My apologies. Purple is actually going on walkabouts. After 2 years, she's taking a break.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope you have an excellent time.
Well deserved.
Thank you. I will be back Monday, as always, but I'm just going to take the weekend off. And
very cool.
Thank you.
And Sir Persalot, anytime. I'm so glad we can. You are most welcome, and I'm so glad we can. I am.
So I guess with if you don't mind, I'm going to do a little promotion.
Yeah, no,
get out of
by
here.
all means, yes.
Okay, so Rambling Canuck yesterday or Wednesday, I dropped a video. If you all can share it out, that'd be great. It was a discussion with myself and Honstar about what happens if we lost the Cold War. So that was a fun 20-minute conversation. And then this morning, the roundtable with myself, Jeff Franklin, and Mark the Inflay Tired dropped on History with R&R. Please do take a look at that. Karaoke, as always, this Saturday coming up. Some exciting things coming to History with R&R. As Loki pointed out earlier, Pat S. has put together a band of brothers. I have signed on to host 2 of the shows on History with R&R. It'll be the Tuesday episodes anyway. And then I'll be bouncing around to different panels whenever I can. So I'm very excited about that. Also, coming up, I'm not sure if it'll be this coming week or the week after. This Saturday, Paula Simpson, which is my late co-host's wife, is hosting a celebration of life for Admiral Doom. Unfortunately, a lot of us can't, just jump on a plane and make it there. So she has agreed to send us, myself and Revan are the ones doing the editing and putting everything together. She's going to send us pictures and videos from the celebration of life that they're holding tomorrow for Doom. And once we get that, we're going to put it together with a bunch of little tidbits and little videos from people that knew Doom. And it will be released on History with R&R. So that will be coming soon. It is something that affected me majorly. It's still going to be hard for me to record my portion of it. I haven't done it yet. But it's a joint effort between myself, Potato Revan, and Paula Simpson. So once we get the information from Paula and the pictures and the videos from the celebration of life that will take place tomorrow, it will be edited all together and then thrown up on History with R&R as soon as it can be done. So I'm I can't say looking forward to having to do that, but it will be there will be a way for everyone to take part in a way, in a sense, of the celebration of life of my dear lost brother, Admiral of Doom. It is going to be a joint venture, and it's going to be something I'm hopefully proud of that we put together. So hopefully that'll be coming to you within the next week or so. Also, as a proud daddy, I can't go without saying my son starts his football season tonight. It's their first homecoming game. He originally started out as a receiver. However, his quarterback got taken out with an ACL injury. So my son has been handed the keys to the team and will lead the team as quarterback. So everybody, kind of keep that in mind, and I'll be letting you guys know as the weeks go on how his team's doing, because I'm just a proud daddy like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
And I would like to welcome Dean Krantz. Thank you so much. Dean Krantz is a warrior of Asgard. Thank you so very much, brother. You guys in the membership, keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going to send out the Viking Horde as a welcome. Skål!
Oh!
Guys, we are out of here. Thank you so very much for spending the week with us here at Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Thank you for spending your Friday morning with us. It would not be the same without you. Everyone out there, be excellent to each other, and always, always speak friend to enter. Take care, everybody.
Take her easy, folks.
Bye, guys.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.